Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for episode number 12 of our FIFA 15 West Ham United Career Mode series, and in today's episode we are playing such a hard set of games, it's ridiculous. First of all, we played Chelsea in the Barclays Premier League, one of the hardest teams to play across any FIFA ever in history. Then we've got to play Arsenal in the second game of the episode, and then sort of the toughness relents slightly with West Brom in the third game, but obviously we found it quite tricky playing them as well, just scraped to a 2-1 victory when we played them earlier on in the season. We'll also be getting into the January transfer window, although not doing any transfers yet. We'll start that next episode because it is only the 1st of January by the time this episode ends. So yeah, that's a quick thing. As you can see, the goal scorers, the top goal scorers are on the screen at the moment. Downing with 10, Zarate with 9, Jarvis with 4, Valencia with 3, and Embolo with 2. Now you can see the assists. Feel free to have a look at all the team stats. I promised that at the start, or at the end, sorry, of the last episode. In the meantime, just quickly before we get into the video proper, sort of got to apologise for lack of videos. I've explained it several times, but I'm going to explain it again. I've just had mock exams, or I'm having mock exams in over this next week, so I'm revising a lot. That's the reason why. Also, you may have noticed I have a new banner, and the guy who made that is called Craig Designs. For God's sake, I'm so sorry, Craig, I just messed up your name. Craig Designs. The main important thing is he does free graphics, and his link, his channel, will be in the description below. Feel free to check him out. But now, as we get into this episode, as you can see in the background, the overwhelming opinion on last episode's question of the day that was that I should take the Poland job. So I have taken the Poland job. In a minute, you're going to see the squad that we're rolling with at this certain time. But thank you very much for your opinions on that. Overwhelming to see such, a huge amount of comments about what I should do with that. On the screen, you can see some of the players in the Poland squad there. You can see Wojciech Szczesny in goal, Piszek and Sebastian Burnish, they're the fullbacks, Maciej Rajbusz and Jakub Błaszczykowski, they're the wingers, and Lewandowski, of course, up front. We've got other guys like Polanski in there, awesome goalkeepers, including Przemysław Tytoń and Artur Boruc, with Lukasz Fabianski not even in the squad. You can see Wasilewski there of Leicester, as well as Peszko, and Igor Grzycki, who I do believe plays in the Russian league. Gonna have to get a little bit better at some of those pronunciations. One, was it Kirkiewicz or something like that? That Polish defender, Polish central midfielder has got like an unpronounceable name, so I'm going to have to try and practice those before we get into any internationals. Before we do any of that, of course, we've got to get into today's games, and we start off at a very rainy Stamford Bridge here against Chelsea. This is just going to be such a tough game. Here you can see the Chelsea squad, and the first thing that catches your eye is that Chelsea have Sergio Aguero on this game. That's just absolutely delightful. Not only is it Chelsea of normal, they have Aguero too. As you can see earlier, fatigue was actually somewhat of a problem. So some changes coming into the squad. Faris Bahluli there you can see coming into the side, as well as Breel Donald Embolo as well. We would actually get the first chance of the game, and it would fall, in fact, to Embolo on loan from Basel. And it's a good save there from Petr Cech. Embolo probably should be doing a little bit better, not aiming it straight at the Czech goalkeeper. But as you can see, Jetro Willems as well there with a chance, getting it down on his chest after it sort of broke away, and getting a decent strike away, but an even better strike there from Willian, and that is 1-0 to Chelsea. And this is sort of what playing Chelsea is like. You can have as many chances as you want, because they've got an amazing goalkeeper, and then they'll just go up the other end and score instantly. As you can see, Mauro Zarate, they're getting a chance. He's going to curl it. He's going to hit the post. Embolo's there to tuck it away on the rebound, but he is judged as offside. And as you can see, he's not even offside. He's level. So we've been wrongfully dealt a horrible blow, and now we're dealt another blow because Ramirez scores as well. So that's Willian and Ramirez then with the goals, and it was just one of those games. We could have as many chances as we liked, but ultimately Chelsea were just going to go up the other end and score, and that's just how it was. And the first goal was good. Atsuto Uchida slightly at fault, really. Should have done a lot better in terms of coming across. I did my bit by controlling him and making him come across to Willian, but then his AI character just didn't make a challenge, so there's nothing I can do about that. As you can see, to add injury to insult, Breel Donald Embolo has broken his ankle. You could see it in the background, he was laid there on the floor, and it's just going to get worse, because Uchida, who is having just one of the most ridiculously bad games in history, is just going to sit there, just going to stand there and watch Eden Hazard just tap in. It's such poor defending. Nothing I can really do. As you can see, here is the match facts. We deserved, I'm not going to say we deserved to win the game, we certainly didn't. But we deserved to get something out of it, certainly didn't deserve to lose 3-0. It was just so frustrating seeing individual performances just so bad. Uchida, Adrian was so poor, didn't make a single save in the game, so he gets a terrible rating. As you can see, here's confirmation of Breel Donald Embolo's injury. He is out for 3 months, and that is such a horrible blow because he's such a brilliant player. Even though he's only 68 stat, he's such a good player for us, so he will be sorely missed for those 3 months. But in the background, you could see after that Chelsea game, the fatigue is now even worse for the Arsenal game. Only 1 day between those 2 games, just terrible fixture list, and 2 of the hardest games we're going to play all season in the space of 3 days, and that's shown because we're now having to play not a second string squad, but a lot of changes are being made. As you can see, Jenkinson and Cresswell in for Uchida and Jetro Willems, Koyate coming into the midfield as well as Jarvis and Niang there as the wingers, and Valencia also replacing Mauro Zarate, who wasn't even in the squad. Neither was Stuart Downing because of the terrible fatigue they were suffering. First chance of the game coming in the 36th minute, very lacklustre first half there for Matt Jarvis, and another chance there for Arsenal as well. Lucas Podolski heading wide. As you can see, Cheku Koyate though going to pick up the ball from about 20 yards, and he's going to force a decent save there from, of course, our international goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny. But from the resulting corner, Alexander Song is going to tuck it away with their header there at the near post. That corner technique has worked so well for us all season, and the corner coming in, the assist there from Mbaye Niang, who I'm probably going to send back to AC Milan. Not entirely sure. It does cost a bit of money, so I might not do that. I'm needing all the funds that I've got at the moment. As you can see, Abu Diaby there coming very close as well there a few minutes later, and Lucas Podolski is going to give it to Olivier Giroud, and he's going to come even closer there. Arsenal a little bit wasteful in front of goal. As you can see, Ener Valencia though going to pick it up in the 83rd minute, and he's going to curl it, and somehow that is going to hit the bar, and yet again the woodwork for the second time this episode has denied us of an absolutely incredible goal. In the 87th minute there, a decent strike from Yassine Benzia, but an easy save from Wojciech Szczesny. But in the last minute, as you can see, Rosicki there with the header. Good save from Adrian, but it was actually offside, so it doesn't particularly matter too much. Still wasn't too impressed by Adrian's performance. Not a save at all apart from that one, if you count that. As you can see, here are some of the ratings. Good rating there for Alexander Song, 7.3, as well as one for Niang, and a decent rating for Umtiti, as well as a good one for Carl Jenkinson on his return to Arsenal. Now it is time, though, for my question of the day. You guys know the drill. I ask you an awesome question. It's not always an awesome question. In fact, most of the time it's not. Forget that I ever said the word awesome, but I ask you a question, and you guys answer it in the comment section below. Obviously, last time I asked you what I should do with the Poland job offer, and you told me to take it. This time around, I'm going to be asking you about my Spanish goalkeeper, Adrian. In all honesty, I'm fed up with performances like we saw against Chelsea, where he doesn't make a single save in the entirety of the game, and I'm going to ask you guys, should I get a new goalkeeper in January? Obviously, the transfer window is now open as we start this game being the 1st of January. Nothing I can really do because it is literally the 1st of January as this game is about to be played. Yeah, so that's my question of the day. Should I get rid of Adrian and bring in a new goalkeeper? But now it is time for the third game, the third and final game of the episode. Fatigue, not so much of a problem this time around, with I think a week to or sort of 4 or 5 days to prepare for this one. As you can see, a 4-1-2-1-2 formation this time with Ravel Morrison as the attacking mid, Song as the defensive mid, Jarvis and Downing as the wingers, with Zarate and Valencia up front. Now, I think this worked pretty well. As you can see, Valencia's going to give it to Downing in just the 13th minute there after Downing hounded the West Brom defender. I think it was maybe Dawson, and a nice little interchanging play there between Downing and Valencia, and a lovely finish, a lovely strike there into the top right-hand corner, and a brilliant goal there for Stuart Downing. As you can see, in the 19th minute, Jetro Willems is going to send it in towards Ravel Morrison, and the shots there, the follow-up from Zarate is deflected out wide for a corner. A decent chance, though, for Claudio Jacob of West Brom there, and a good save for Adrian, starting to perform a little bit better. Maybe he's heard our question of the day. As you can see, though, Downing, yet again, why am I even surprised? In the 33rd minute, he's going to pick it up from, I think it was Mauro Zarate, and he's going to curl it back into that top corner. The ball was only there about 20 minutes ago in game time, and it finds itself nestling there again. But West Brom coming even closer this time with Yusuf Malumbu, a great strike there, hitting the bar. And yeah, it was a very, very even game, actually, not really represented by the score. As you can see, though, Matt Jarvis going forward at the start of the second half, which would be slightly more dominated by us. But now Downing on his hat-trick, and he's going to hit the bar yet again. 3 games in a row. 3 games in a row. We've been denied an absolutely awesome goal, and it's so frustrating. Downing there would have had his hat-trick. He gets 2 goals in the end. Decent save there from Ben Foster right towards the end from Zarate's long-range strike. As you can see, Downing unsurprisingly getting man of the match there with an 8.6 rating. Good ratings as well for Zarate even, Jarvis and Alexander Song. as well. I don't know why I butchered Zarate's name that much that time. I don't know. My mouth isn't working today. I do apologise, but still, that is pretty much the end of today's episode. I will leave the table in the background. As you can see, Chelsea are now 3 points clear from the Manchester United, Liverpool and Manchester City. We find ourselves a very solid 5th. 5 points in fact behind Manchester City and 6 points in front of Arsenal after that win against the North Londoners today in today's episode. But I really hope you've enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like if you did, and comment about enjoying it if you enjoyed it that much. Feel free to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Subscriptions, of course, recently have been ridiculous. I don't know if this is the first video I've been able to thank you for 1,800 subscribers. If it is, thank you. And now we're only 20 away from 1,900, so it's just absolutely insane. Just keep that up, guys. Absolutely, it's ridiculous. Absolutely awesome to see. But thank you guys ever so much. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Of course, we join Poland, so going with your guys' gut instincts. I didn't actually think you were going to say yes to that, so you've pleasantly surprised me. We are, of course, now the Poland manager. That's what's come out of today's episode, as well as 2 wins and a loss, unfortunately, at the hands of Chelsea. Next episode will probably be 2 games, as well as the January transfer window stuff and shenanigans. Hopefully going to sign a few players next episode, probably some central midfielders and some wingers. If you have any suggestions, feel free to drop that in the comment section below too. But in the meantime, hope you enjoyed. It's been a pleasure ranting you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.